Nora and Ren are walking through Vale. Say, Ren, thanks for coming with me. I want to get Emerald something, and I figured one of her teammates would know what she likes best. Don't mention it. Besides, I wanted to pick up this new Neptunes album. Hey, so you said you're from Kurayuri, right? Yep, my mom's actually the mayor. Well, I kinda grew up around there too. Huh, I wonder if we've ever run into each other before. Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh, look at that! She points to a stall with a bit of a crowd. The vendor is calling out above the chatter. Last call, end of summer clearance sale. The flowers are going out of bloom, so why not pick up a surprise pack and get a little bouquet and a stuffed doll for your sweetheart. Only 6 copper pieces each. That sounds like a great idea, right? I'm sure Emerald would be pleased. Nora rushes off, then quickly returns with a surprise pack. She opens it and groans. The flowers are purple and blue, and the stuffed doll that comes with it is a little black cat wearing a bow. Oh, this doesn't really seem like her style. Ugh, this won't work. Nora and Ren look up to see standing next to them is Melanie and Sun. Melanie has a surprise bouquet of pink and green flowers, and the stuffed toy is a little green monkey wearing a hat. The girls glance at each other, then at their flowers, then smile and trade their bouquets with each other. Thanks, hun. Blake will love this. No, thank you. Sun and Ren glance over at each other. Sun smiles and points. The Neptunes. Nice, man. I love the new album. Ren smiles back excitedly. Ruby sits on the front steps of Beacon, holding her game of battle monsters, but is staring up towards the sky. She checks her scroll nervously, when suddenly Yang's voice comes from behind her. Alright, I'm here. Ruby stands up quickly and faces her. Yang! You made it! Yang looks Ruby up and down and sighs. Listen, Mercury told me about how you helped him out at the dance. I wanted to thank you for doing that. She moves and sits down on the steps. Ruby follows suit, sitting next to her. What else did he tell you? Everything, including the lies Summer has told you about our family. Ruby grimaces and turns away, rolling her eyes. Yang shakes her head. I admit, I have been a real turd ever since I came here. Ruby turns back to Yang, shocked at her words. Yang shakes her head and crosses her arms. I've been picking fights and screaming and yelling, and I couldn't wrap my head around why Nora liked this place so much. So, what is it? I was raised to always be on the offense. In the tribe, if you let your guard down, you die. But you all waltz around without a care in the world. I'm not used to feeling that way. Ruby and Yang stare up into the sky for a second. Ruby fidgets before speaking up. What's it like in the tribe? How do you have fun? Fun? Well, every year in summer we have a big festival that lasts all night. There's dancing and singing and storytelling, kids wear costumes and stuff. Ruby smiles and Yang points to her. Do you have anything like that? Sorta. In winter we have Celebration Day, where we give a gift to someone who's special that we want to celebrate. Usually we have a great big party for that, and we'll decorate our houses with lights that look like stars. The two smile a little and Ruby shrugs. Maybe I could get you a gift this year. Yang sighs and shrugs back. I know we don't agree on what happened with our parents, but I'd like it if we could make things better between us at least. Yang smiles a little and shakes her head again, waltzing around without a worry in the world. Ruby smiles wryly and Yang stands up. Alright, Pipsqueak, I won't be a turd anymore, but you gotta earn my respect first. How do I do that? By proving yourself in combat? She slams her fists together and Ruby squeaks frighteningly. You and me, 1v1! Wait, I don't think we have time today. We get our first assignments after all. Well, as soon as possible then. Once assignments are over, I want to see your power, and I'll show you the real might of a proud Blackwing tribe warrior. Ruby visibly panics and Yang laughs, continuing to hype herself up. We cut over to Team Boom, lounging in the seats of the arena while Glinda calls 2 students down for combat practice. Sun fidgets in his seat. How do they expect me to care about this crap when it's assignment day? I hope we get a cool one, like becoming a junior detective. I hope we get a cool chaperone, like Miss Goodwitch. She can totally kick ass. Blake jumps a little as her scroll buzzes. Melanie looks over. What is it, babe? It's talk. Looks like she's finally holding up her end of the deal. She pockets her scroll. We'll read it later, when we're not in class. Finally, you're getting all these answers you've been after. Yeah, right. It's never that easy. Melanie leans into Blake's shoulder and chuckles. Blake rests her head on Melanie's. We jump over to Oscar sitting in Oobleck's classroom. Across the room, he stares at Nora, Mercury, and Vernal. Vernal glances over to him and smiles knowingly. Oscar stares back, blank-faced. Jean and Neo sit down next to him and pulls his attention away. Ruby texted. Apparently it went well with Yang. Neo claps her hands in celebration, her hair changing to half resemble Ruby's hair, half resemble Yang's. Oscar forces a smile. I'm glad she's been able to make things work out with her, but we still ought to be careful, right? Especially if Vernal really is a maiden. Neo holds up her scroll. We shouldn't let our guard down. They might still be after the relics, but try not to kill Ruby's mood. She's really jazzed about this. Jean nudges Oscar's shoulder. By the way, where did you disappear to during the dance? I saw you at the beginning, but then I just couldn't find you. Oh, well, I was... Oscar glances over to Vernal again, then quickly turns away. I just wasn't feeling like dancing. I left pretty early and went to bed. Aw, well, I hope you had a good time at least. Oscar forces another smile, but says nothing. Ruby and Yang enter the class together and split up to sit with their teams as Oobleck starts quieting down the class. Yes. Quiet down, please. Quiet down. Now, I know you're all excited about assignments today, but first, we have a bit of a history lesson. Now, a key tradition with first assignments is also the gifting of team pets. Can anyone tell me what the different schools assign as pets? Yes, Miss Vanille. Neo stands and types quickly, then holds out her scroll. Beacon gives dogs, Atlas gives cats, Haven gives birds, Vacuo gives rodents. Excellent. Now, does anyone know why? Yes, Mr. Pine, I'm sure you know the answer. Oscar jumps nervously, then stands up. The founders of the schools all had animal companions, and, I think they thought it was an important part of huntsman training? Partially correct, yes. The 4 founders all had their own pets who would help them fight the creatures of Grimm. They incorporated gifting team pets because they felt like it was pivotal students learned to take care of a living creature. There's a lot of death in our line of work. It's important for your moral compass to remind yourself to take care of the life of those that you care about. Now, of course, the 4 schools choose the different animals because they are native to the different regions of the world. Haven has towering canyons, so birds are best to navigate the area by air. Rodents can easily burrow within the sands of Vacuo's deserts. The felines of Atlas have thick fur to accommodate the tundra, and Beacon gifts canine companions because their tracking skills are best for navigating through the dense forests that surround us. Now, when you are giving your animal companion later today, I want you all to take this seriously. While these special animals have been trained to harness their own semblances and are capable of defending themselves, you are still in charge of keeping them fed, healthy, and most importantly, happy. The students chatter excitedly about the pets they'll soon have. Oscar's eyes land on Vernal again, and he grimaces angrily to himself. We cut to Cinder and Weiss screaming with delight. They're outside the school, and in front of them, in a penned-up area, are tons and tons of dogs, running around and playing with each other. Oh my goodness gracious, you are so cute. Yes, you are such a sweetie pie. Yes, you're a good doggy, baby. I love you so much. Yes, you're such a good dog, and I love you, cutie patootie baby booty. Oh my goodness. As Weiss and Cinder babble excitedly to the dogs, Penny and Ilya stand awkwardly nearby and watch their teammates. Ilya is also fiddling with some rainbow-colored chords. Geez, I didn't expect this from these two. I don't know much about dogs. I thought we would be getting a cat at Atlas, but since we've come to Beacon so soon, we're going to be given a dog instead. You'll be fine. These are trained dogs who can use semblances and stuff. You don't need to worry. Weiss and Cinder return to them, smiling excitedly. Oh, I hope we get a cute one. They're all cute. This might be the best day ever. Ilya grabs Weiss's hand and ties a rainbow bracelet around her wrist. There's a little wooden fox charm attached to it. What's this? Oh my goodness! Are these friendship bracelets? She jitters excitedly as Ilya ties one onto her wrist as well. Well, kinda. Technically, these are good luck charms for the god of animals, with the different animals representing different means of protection. She turns to Cinder and ties one onto her wrist too. Weiss gets the fox to protect her from tricks and traps. Penny gets the cricket to protect her from liars and the morally questionable. Cinder gets the mouse to protect her from overworking herself. And I get the panda to protect me from those who would judge unfairly. Wow, this is the nicest thing ever! This is so cute. Thank you, Ilya. Weiss nods enthusiastically in agreement. Ilya's smile fades and she slaps Weiss's shoulder, then points. They turn and see Team Boom approaching the area. Melanie and Milsha stop and wave excitedly to Team Posey. Oh man, what do we do? The four share uncertain looks. None of them have an answer. The twins are coming this way. Cinder starts to push Weiss and Ilya forward. Let's just get out of here for now. Come on. Melanie and Milsha watch as Team Posey start to quickly shuffle into the crowd of other students. Their smiles drop as Posey vanishes. The twins cross their arms in unison. Milsha, that was weird, right? I thought it was just the dance, but they're totally avoiding us. Do you think we came off too strong? Oh my gods, we totally did. We'll never get to see Atlas now. The high-end boutiques. The prestige. Ugh, I hate this. This sucks! We cut to all the teams lined up. Ozpin stands in front of them, his teachers lined up behind him. Students, I firstly want to congratulate you all for succeeding in your classes up to this point. This is a monumentous occasion for you all. You should be proud of yourselves. Now then, today you will all be given two important things. Firstly, your team pet. If you check your scrolls, you'll see which dog I've assigned to your team. I've consulted with all the teachers on which pet would work best with your team's skill set and dynamics. And secondly, your first assigned mission. Each team will be assigned a chaperone who will either be one of my teachers or one of the local hunters who've graciously volunteered. Neo whips out her scroll before anyone else, and the others huddle around her to see the two notifications. She clicks on the first one, and they see a picture of their dog, and Ruby squeals with excitement. That's my dog! Hey, it's gonna be all of our dog, okay? No, I mean Zwei! He's my pet dog from home! He was my mom's team's dog when they were students! That's right, honey! Summer's voice catches their attention, and they turn to see Summer holding the little black corgi. Zwei barks, then leaps from her arms and runs up to Team Orange, doing quick spins in excitement. He served us well, but now he's your responsibility. Ruby smiles uncertainly at Summer, who leans in closer to her and whispers, Has everything been okay with you lately? You've seemed a bit distant, I guess. Yeah, Mom. Don't worry about it. I finally got through to Yang. Summer's eyebrows raise and she smiles. Oh, really? Well, speaking of, I'm actually going to be chaperoning her and her team today. Sorry, hun, I would have chosen to chaperone your team, but Ozpin encouraged me to let you spread your wings. Well, good luck with that, Mom. Ruby hugs Summer quickly, then gives her one last smile, then turns back to her team, all oohing and awing over Zwei. Summer stares at them for a moment, then takes a deep sigh and turns to look at Yang across the way. Yang's team approaches a large dog that looks almost like a wolf. The dog stares intensely at the team. Nora checks her scroll, then squats to be eye level with it. Come here, Bolton! The dog, Bolton, wags its tail and approaches her. She pats his head gently. Good boy. The scroll says this guy has ice powers. He can generate ice armor and create frozen claws for attacking. Wow, aren't you a special guy, huh? Yang raises an eyebrow and just stares at Bolton. Bolton stares back with piercing blue eyes. Our assignment is dust collecting, and our chaperone... Oh no. Mercury looks over her shoulder and laughs. Lots of family time today, huh, Blondie? Yang groans and pushes him slightly away from her. Sun pats his leg. Come here, boy. Come on, Virgil. Virgil runs up, his tongue lolling everywhere. His eyes point in slightly different directions. Melanie smiles at Blake, whose ears are pinned back. You look like such a cat right now. He's ugly. Ugh, no he's not. He's an absolutely adorable little man. Milsha pats his head and he dramatically flops his head to the side. And it says he can fly. So there, let's see you fly, Blake. We better get ready. We're on Grim hunting duty for our assignment. We're going down to a nearby port to fight off some ocean Grim coming too close to the ships. And Goodwitch is actually our chaperone. Yes, jackpot. She high-fives Sun. Melanie leans down, and suddenly her eyes change to a pearlescent color, blotting out her pupils. Melanie speaks, but echoing in her voice is also the sound of a dog barking. Hey Virgil, nice to meet ya. Virgil barks back, and through Melanie's ears, we can hear a voice in his bark. Hello, friends. Friends. I love you, new friends. Wow, you can talk to animals? Yeah, I know. It's kind of amazing, isn't it? Sun laughs and huddles closer to Melanie, excited about her semblance. What's he saying? He says we're friends, and that he loves us. Melanie and Virgil bark at each other some more, and Blake rolls her eyes. Weiss and Cinder both fawn over their dog, a small, fat pug. Welcome to the team, Perry! You're definitely gonna get plenty of love with these two. Probably not a lot of personal space, though. Ozpin voice cuts over the crowd. Now, students, if all of you have gotten acquainted with your new furry friends, it's time to get packed and ready for your assignments. You have 1 hour to prepare, and the sun's going to set soon, so let's get everybody going. The students start moving around. We see a montage of the kids getting ready. Nora chats with Emerald while Yang stares at Bolton. Ruby plops his Y into a backpack and he barks happily. Blake loads her gun with bullets, then glances over at Virgil, who's drooling. She groans. Jean kneels before the statue of Lady Sarah and prays. He glances over and Velvet kneels next to him. A Dalmatian sits next to her and they nod to each other before resuming their prayer. Team Posey lay out a dog bed and water for Perry. Weiss checks her scroll, then stands up quickly. What? What? Our assignment is cleaning? We cut to the team standing in front of Ozpin. They're in the sanctuary of the school. Ozpin grimaces. I'm sorry, girls, but Ironwood was very persistent you stayed here in the school. This isn't fair. We didn't become hunters to do maid work. I know. The general is just being cautious is all. After that explosion in your dorm, you can't blame him for wanting to play it safe. The girls groan. Ozpin gestures to the gods' statues around them. Your mission will be to stay here and clean up these dusty old statues. And if you need anything, the sanctuary keepers, Finnick Albane and Corsic Albane, are here to help you. Ozpin gestures to the two men as he says their names. They stand at the doorway and bow slightly in greeting. And I am sorry, girls. He walks away and the four of them look around the room. Well, I guess we should get started. Perry barks and flops onto the ground. We cut to Weiss, digging through a small closet, trying to yank a mop and bucket out from behind other things. She groans in frustration as she struggles, then hears footsteps behind her. She turns and sees Team Boom walking down a nearby hall. Blake lingers a few paces behind the others, grimacing at Virgil. Weiss squeals as suddenly the mop gets freed and she goes tumbling backwards, crashing to the ground. She groans and holds her head angrily. Jeez, are you okay? Weiss opens her eyes and standing above her is Blake. You didn't hit your head, did you? Weiss scrambles to her feet, clutching her mop tightly. Okay, listen, you stay away from me, alright? Ugh, well, excuse me for checking on you. I know what you are! There's a sudden silence between them. Blake stares her down. Weiss grips the mop tighter. I know where you were that night. With the paladin. I know what you are. Blake crosses her arms, still staring unblinkingly at Weiss. Prove it. Weiss grits her teeth and Blake scoffs. The White Fang are evil. They blew up our dorm. They kill people. And do you think your company doesn't kill people? Blake rushes suddenly forward, and before Weiss can act, Blake is right in front of her. I've seen your family's name branded onto the faces of children as punishment. Do you know how many Faunus die in those mines of yours? Cave-ins? Explosions? How many people have the Schnees killed? Huh? Weiss stares at her, slightly shaking nervously. Blake grunts and turns to walk away. Well, I want to change that! Blake stops. Her ears perk up. I know the Schnee Company has blood on its hands. But I didn't do it. I was just born into it. And I know it doesn't mean anything to someone like you, but I do want to make things better. Blake glances over her shoulder to Weiss. Weiss points the mop handle towards her. I can't change the past, but I can try to fix the future. So what about you? What about the White Fang? How are you making anything better with your actions? Huh? Won't violence just breed more violence? There's a moment of silence between them, then Blake scoffs and quickly walks away. Weiss watches her go, holding the mop tighter and tighter until Blake is out of her sight. Team Orange stands at the edge of the cliff and watches as a plane lowers down in front of them to land. Zwei barks excitedly. Here we go, team! Grim elimination. We're going to the nearby ruins to clear out Grim that have been swarming the area recently. Is everybody ready? Jean salutes the two when Neo throws an excited fist into the air. A hand grabs Jean's shoulder and they turn to see Oobleck dressed in an explorer's outfit. I'm glad to hear you all are in high spirits. I hope you're ready to fight for your lives. Thank you so much for watching, and shout out to the lovely fan art. You guys, it's always so cool, and so lovely. It's such nice art, and you guys are so creative, and I really, really appreciate it. It just makes me so happy. I just sit there and stare at it. Like, whenever I'm bored, I just stare at the fan art you guys share with me. It's so cool. I love it so much. Thank you. Extra special shout out to my $50 patron, Just Some Major. I hear they're a lot of fun at parties. And shout out to my $10 patrons, you're all amazing. Andrew, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, Classy Critic, Genital War Thunder, Jake, Amber, Scaring Crows, Messiah, Jacob, Ben Sketchbook, Rain, Lucian, Wild Pilot, Juan, Bunkin Duncan, Hoodie Angel, Ranger, C1 Trooper, Sean, Ruby Rune, Lavaros, Plague, Tyrene, Thanos, Pandemonium, Peter, Agiri, Eden, Silverheart Soul, Doki Pokey, Zappy, Wolfgang, Philip, Mac and Cheese, Lollaroni, Davey, MD, Nerf Ned, and Video Gamer. So yeah, the dogs are finally here. Finally. I love this. This is my favorite change of the entire AU. More dogs, because I like dogs. What did you think? I just, not as an action-packed episode, but are you excited? Everyone's first missions? Any thoughts and theories about what's going to happen next? I can't wait. It's going to be very fun. I can't wait. I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, any and all thoughts and opinions, theories, whatnot, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to see them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.